Today, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we got a show with Zion Chambers. Zion, welcome to the show. Zion goes to Green Street Academy. In high school, he was a two-time MVP, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, one-time first-team All-Conference All-Star, first-team All-Conference Student Athlete, CO 2020 Most Athletic Award winner, GSA Athletic Award winner for having the highest GP of student athletes and non-student athletes in Green Street Academy, 4.3. National Academic League alumni, two-time Iron Sharpers Iron Leader Award winner, Pedro Rupe Scholar, U.S. Regionals invite, three-time team captain, Baltimore City Indoor Track and Field Championship qualifier and invite. Welcome.
So like, on no like, so down. In the club, popping with my, pull that pop. Blood rocking on them jiggers. On the money. You ain't talking money, I don't hear you. You ain't gotta touch my own. That's true. Boy, I'm about my spiller. All my monkeys, we gorillas. All my clutching, we some hitters. Birds on my timeline, call it Twitter. I'm in the club, bopping with my all love, rocking off them chicks. Money. You ain't talking money, I don't hear. What be quiet? You ain't gotta touch my own feet. That's thriller. Boy, I'm about my spiller. All my monkeys, we gorillas. Yeah, we gorillas.
A long list of accomplishments. We got a real star on hand today.
Appreciate you, man.
Let's get into it. My first question to you is just give me your background. So what was your journey to make it to where you are today? A little bit about yourself.
Yeah, of course. So growing up, I grew up in South Baltimore, a neighborhood called Wilhelm, and I went to school at Samuel B. Morse for elementary school. I grew up with my mother, my father, my little sister, and growing up, we didn't always have it easy, but we made things work. I went from there, and I started to love the game of football at a pretty young age. I didn't start playing football until I was about 13. As soon as I got into, middle school, 8th grade year. I had a bigger brother that, we used to work out all the time and just basically get a feel for the game and, do something productive and stay out the streets that way. And I started playing football my 8th grade year. My first team I played for was a team called Clifton Park Wolves over East Baltimore. I went from there and I played for a team called Maryland Christian Saints in Harford County. And I went from there, transferred from my school that I attended my 9th grade to 11th grade year, which was called Crystal Ray Jesuit. And I went to Green Street Academy for my senior year, played football there, had a great run, got the opportunity to meet a lot of great people. And, I'm here today, thankfully I made it to a good position in my life where I could, play the game I love and get a great education while at it.
Yeah, man, that's an awesome story. It's really cool to see you, love what you're doing and thriving at it. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations on Gettysburg. First off, that's a great school. I was looking there for lacrosse. You guys got a good lacrosse program there too, and just a really hard school to get into. So props to you for that. That's real impressive there.
Appreciate it.
So my question, just to know a little bit more about you, is there anything that you do off the field, like any clubs or any groups that you participate in?
Yeah, of course. Actually, so actually, I'm a mentor. That's my future aspiration is to be a big global mentor and just basically a motivation to young kids and basically I run a mentoring program called SFC. It's also called Creators for Change as well. But we basically create a platform for people to showcase their abilities. We want to showcase the fact that even though we're in, harsh circumstances, and we're in a city full of crime and poverty and, just negativity, we also have creativity. We have a lot of things that are not shown in media, so we like to give a platform to showcase those talents and showcase what we can do, positively. And we also focus on mentoring kids physically, mentally, and socially. We offer, academic support. We offer athletic support, athletic training. We offer basically one-on-one talk sessions. So we like to bring a big emphasis on mental health, and we think that I think in society we downplay mental health, the importance of mental health a lot.
Absolutely.
And
Sure.
that's a huge problem in our society,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we like that. And we also run a lot of outreaches and community events where we help the poor and homeless. We pass out food. We have conversations with them. We just want to get to know them. And just understand where they come from and basically learn from them. So that's the type of things I do. I just want to basically make that a global thing, so I would like to build on that a lot, but that's definitely something that I do outside of sports.
That's awesome, man. That is really great. I love when the athletes have something, to do outside of football, really passionate about it. That's really great.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
That's really great.
Right.
So my next question, I'm just gonna get into your career here. So how was it being a top player in your high school? Was it like, did you have a lot of people coming up to you, a lot of scouts looking after you, a lot of meetings, or what was it like?
So to be honest, it was definitely different. I'm not sure. A lot of people know this in the city, but a lot of people out of the state don't know this. I went to a school called Cristo Rey Jesuit High School.
Yep.
My 9th through 11th grade year, we did not have a football team.
Really?
So, yes, we did not have a football team. I didn't start playing really organized football until my senior year of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was this past year?
Yeah. That was technically my first year ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So,
3 other years to showcase your talents there.
exactly. My 9th grade year, I started playing for a homeschool team. We call it homeschool teams. And basically it's a team compromised of people that go to private schools that don't have football teams, or people that are basically homeschooled that don't go to regular school. And I played there for a few years. I definitely felt like I could have had if I would have had more exposure, I would have been, recruited more, but things didn't go as planned. So I transferred from Cristo Rey, and went to Green Street and played that year. And it was amazing, actually. It was really good because coming from the school that I came from, Cristo Rey was basically has this notoriety of being a prestigious school academically. Mm-hmm. So not only did I come into this school with the great academics, but I also came into the school with athletic ability. I came into Green Street and I wanted to create something. I want to create some type of atmosphere that was about a all-around student athlete. I didn't just want everybody focusing on just football, Yeah. So, coming onto the team, I felt as though as I was a leader. I felt as though as I put my heart on the line and I did as much as I could in every game so we can, come out with the dub. But most importantly, I felt as though as I created a good impact amongst my fellow teammates, and I think they learned a lot of things coming out of this season, and that's all you can really ask for.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely it's bigger than the game of football, So I definitely love how this past season went. But as far as recruits, a couple schools came to my school to meet with me and have conversation with me. Just to name a few, Gettysburg came, Juniata came, a school called Albright College came, but my because I had good grades or whatnot, I was able to apply to a lot of big name schools, so a lot of D1 schools, a lot of prestigious schools basically, and I was blessed with the opportunity to get into over 20 schools, so I had my pick, and I was definitely for the whole Gettysburg tradition, and the fact that I come to a program and build something. So recruiting was definitely stressful for sure. A lot of coaches were in contact with me. I had a lot of offers, but I know where I want to be, and God gave me the blessing to come here, so I took it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool. I didn't even know that you didn't really play organized football until your senior year. That's amazing that you were able to get offers left and right here. That's really awesome, man. I had no idea.
Yeah, that just goes to show you hard work.
Hard work
matters. Bro, it definitely shows in the end. So thankfully I was able to do what I did. So
that is a great story.
Yeah, right. The grind really does pay off. But for my next question, sticking with the topic of the city of Baltimore, how has living in the city of Baltimore really shaped you into the man who you are today?
Yeah, so the biggest thing with the city of Baltimore is I would say that it's different. It's a different vibe. I've been to a few different states, a few different cities, and I can never get that same vibe I got from Baltimore. Here we have a sense of perseverance. We go through a lot. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very. I'm pretty sure everybody knows the crime rate. I'm pretty sure everybody knows the poverty rates, and just the negativity that's in the city. But for the most part, if you work hard, you stay out of trouble, you have a strong willpower, it's cool. It's cool. Growing up, it was tough. It was definitely tough. We didn't have it all. I grew up in a pretty dangerous neighborhood. And my experience was a lot different from a lot of other people. But yeah, for the most part, it just shaped me into a strong person. Perseverance builds calluses in people. Like if you have a lot of perseverance, that shows a lot about who you are and what you can withtake. So struggle just builds people, and that's why we're so strong in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore is strong people. A lot of great minds in the city for sure.
Yeah, no, I love Baltimore. It's it's probably my second favorite city behind Chicago, but
it definitely gets a bad rap throughout the country for being a little crime ridden and dangerous. But go to Chicago, and I think it's a similar situation where as long as you surround yourself with the right people and have good aspirations, that you're gonna get stuff done. You clearly proved that.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go switch gears to football again. So we looked you up. You played running back, and you also played, was it defensive end?
Yeah. I played a whole bunch of positions really, but primarily it was running back and a lot of like rover defensive end type position.
So what do you like better? What do you like playing better? So what are you going to be, and what are you going to be playing at Gettysburg?
Yeah.
So at Gettysburg, I'm gonna be playing athlete. I'm gonna be in a variety of different positions, but for the most part, I'm gonna be a defensive back. So I'm gonna be playing a lot of a lot of safety. Just basically helping the back. And but in general, I think my favorite position is running back for sure. I just like the grit. I would say it's either out of running back and linebacker. Like you got to be a man.
You're the man. Yeah, you gotta have some thick skin to play those positions.
For sure.
Yeah. I know. I'm not playing running back. I'm not quick enough. But Sticking with football here, but in particular your high school career. So your senior year of high school. Was there a favorite moment on the football field that you had this past year?
Yes, actually. So um, our last game, I think we played Annapolis Area Christian, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And we basically came out hot. You know, we came out pretty good. We did not end up with the dub though, and I think everybody just came overwhelmed with emotions. You know,
Yeah.
A lot of us, a few of us were seniors, and we didn't know if we would ever play the game of football ever again. You know, so I think the realization that the game of football will end one day is definitely emotional. You know, it's a big part of the game of football. You know, you put in a lot of work and you put in a lot of emotion into this game. You know, I really put my whole life into this game, to be honest. And I think that the last game of the season really showed me that I got a lot of work to do. And you know, the fact that I'm even in the position I am in now is a blessing. It's a big thing for sure.
That's the
Sure.
truth.
Yeah, that's always tough when you have to, change is tough. You gotta leave your teammates and start a whole new chapter. That's tough. That's definitely something that always sticks out.
Sure, everybody was crying. You know, I was telling everybody I love. You know,
Oh yeah.
You never see so many people you thought you'd never see cry.
Oh yeah.
It's tough.
Who are you telling?
Yeah.
Not everything's gonna be the same after, which is always hard to realize.
That's true, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know why I had it in my mind that I wouldn't play the game again. You know, because at the end of the day, if the game wants me to be a part of it, I'm going to be a part of it no matter what. You know?
Yeah.
And I think I have a bigger purpose, you know, than just playing football. You know, I think I got a lot of influence in the game, and I just hope I can reach a lot of people, you know, through this game of football. It's not all about running the ball and getting touchdowns, but it's really about building a person.
Yeah,
you know?
that's why we love sports,
Sure.
So my next question is, I saw on your Instagram you received a scholarship from Penn State. Now, did Penn State want you to play football there, or was it more of an academic scholarship with a chance to walk on? What was the deal with that?
So it was an academic scholarship. So that's actually funny that you bring that up, because there was a lot of controversy about a lot of my scholarships. So Penn State was definitely an academic scholarship. Like I said before, I have a great GPA. I have a good SAT score. You know, I was blessed with the opportunity to play. I was blessed with the opportunity to attend Penn State. And I was thinking of going there and walking on possibly, you know, since I didn't really have to pay for tuition if I went there. But I said, you know what, I want to be a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And even though I had the opportunity to go to a dream school, you know, I said, you know what, I want to go to a school that values me for me and not just a number.
Yeah.
You know. So I decided to go to a smaller school, and I think it was a great decision. I think it was a better decision than I could have ever thought. You know, but Penn State was definitely an academic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also Gettysburg is a great school.
Yeah, no, for sure. But you know, like you mentioned, being a big fish in a small pond is obviously important. I don't know if I can speak for Emmett here, but for myself, going to a small school that we do, it's kind of nice being a big fish in a small pond. So I know where you're coming from there. But sticking with the topic of Gettysburg, what in the end made you decide to go to Gettysburg?
Yeah, so I was recruited pretty early. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was pretty early for Gettysburg. I was recruited by a guy named Nick Ulasson. He was a defensive back coach there. You know, he came to my school. We had a great conversation. I went up there for a visit. It was an overnight visit at the campus, and I had a feel of family, to be honest. You know, they accepted me for me, and they wanted to really get to know me on a personal level. That was very different from a lot of other schools. You know, like I mentioned before, I wanted to be a big fish in a small pond, and Gettysburg gave me that opportunity. They gave me the opportunity to be Zion, you know, and be a motivator and an influencer and a big figure on campus. You know? And I think I could really be a big influence on the culture of Gettysburg, you know, coming from a different background, you know, and basically just having the attributes that I have and the ability to influence, you know. I think I could definitely change the culture and make things a lot better at Gettysburg, make it better than it already is, to be honest. But what really caught my eyes was the fact that everybody was community, you know, everybody was together, everybody knew each other's name, you know, everybody just wasn't a number. And I really liked that, to be honest. The prestige of the school was there, good, you know, good reputation. I was able to get a really good scholarship there. So, you know, coupled on top of that, it was just a place to be, you know. It was a no-brainer, to be honest.
Yeah, no, what? That's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah, you know, for sure.
That's real awesome. So I'm getting into my last question here. So give me some expectations for next year. You're playing on the team, how the team's going to do in general, and just tell me a little bit about the team, some traditions or anything like that, you know.
Okay. So a few of my expectations is to win the San Antonio Conference Championship.
Okay.
That's the biggest expectation. We want to win. You know? We got some dogs on our team this year. You know, we got a lot of big boys on the line. We have a really good quarterback. We got a lot of defensive linemen that's, you know, just ready to eat. You know, and I feel like both sides of the ball are very competitive. We're pretty deep, you know, in depth, and I think our ability to communicate is going to be our bigger thing this year. You know, I think we are able to communicate and basically have a eye to eye moment more than a lot of other teams, especially for an incoming freshman class. I think our team is about to be amazing this year. You know, as far as traditions, we're gonna make traditions. You know, that's what we're coming in for. We're coming in to, you know, to create a staple. You know, and I think after this year, you guys definitely know our name for sure. We're definitely we're gonna definitely make some noise. Promise you that.
I love to hear that. Yeah. Well, that's all I got as well. Zion, thank you very much for coming on the show with us. We really appreciate you taking the time to be with us. It's really, really, truly great to hear from you, and we wish you the best of luck with your career.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on. That was a great interview. Definitely one of our best. Mm-hmm. And I wish you luck in the next year, and go get them out there.
Of course, my man. Same to you. Y'all have a great day.